In the news this evening, President Bola Tinubu celebrates Eid-el-Kabir with Muslims across the country, urges them to manifest those values inherent in President Ibrahim's life. 15 days after the inauguration of the 10th National Assembly, legislative-executive relationship comes to the fore.
Because a bill is coming from the executive and you're a member of opposition, you must oppose what they are doing because you are not a member of the ruling party. No.
Subsidy removal. Speaker Tajuddin Abbas calls for increase of workers' salaries. Welcome to NTA Parliament News. I am Vivian Itekbefo. Baraka de Salah to our Muslim brothers and sisters. Now to the news. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu joined Muslims in Nigeria and all over the world in the observance of Eid-el-Kabir, thanking Almighty Allah for the grace to witness another Eid. The president, in his Salah message, enjoined Muslims to extend the celebration to the less fortunate among them. He described Eid-el-Kabir as a festival of sacrifice and total obedience to Allah, as exemplified in the exceptional action of Prophet Ibrahim. President Tinubu noted that there is no greater sense of duty ever recorded in history outside the ennobling example of Prophet Ibrahim in offering his only son Ismail as sacrifice to Allah. He observed that the best way by which Muslims can demonstrate this example is in how they conduct themselves in relation to their fellow citizens and duties to their beloved country. The president implored Muslims to imbibe and manifest those values inherent in Prophet Ibrahim's life, which includes complete devotion to Allah, tolerance, patience, perseverance, selflessness, love, and compassion. He noted that at the moment, Nigeria is going through some challenges, especially with struggling economy and security challenges. He acknowledged all these problems and assured Nigerians that they are not insurmountable, as his administration is committed to addressing them. In the same vein, President of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio, joins Nigerians, particularly Muslim Ummah, in celebrating this year's Salah festival. In his Salah message, Senator Akpabio rejoices with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu as he celebrates the first Eid-el-Kabir as President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. He equally congratulates Vice President Senator Kashim Shettima and the Chief of Staff to the President Femi Gbajabiamila on the occasion of the celebrations of an important pillar of Islam. He notes that as they join their Muslim brethren to observe this day, the essence of the season, which underscores submission to the will of the Almighty God and the importance of sacrifice in daily life, should not be lost on them. The President of the Senate salutes the resilience and patriotism of Nigerians in the face of the current challenges facing the nation, urging citizens to see it as part of the process of nation building, adding that in just a few weeks since his inauguration, President Tinubu has taken some bold steps which have been globally acclaimed as being in the right direction. Wishing Muslims a joyous celebration, Akpabio says the 10th Senate will ensure inclusivity, fairness, and justice for Nigerians through legislations. Similarly, Speaker House of Representatives Tajuddin Abbas has urged Nigerians to use the occasion of this year's Eid-el-Kabir to pray for the unity and progress of the country. In a Salah message by the Special Advisor on Media and Publicity to the Speaker, Musa Krishi, the Speaker also solicited prayers for the success of the administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and wisdom for all elected and appointed leaders nationwide. Tajuddin Abbas enjoined citizens to emulate Prophet Ibrahim's obedience to the Almighty Allah by making sacrifices towards the development and growth of Nigeria. Still on Salah celebration, the Director General, National Institute for Legislative and Democratic Studies, Professor Abubakar Suleiman, has called on Muslim faithful and Nigerians in general to pray for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration to overcome the challenges facing the nation as they celebrate Eid al-Kabir. In a statement by his Assistant on Information and Communication, Joke Akinsomi, Professor Abubakar Suleiman stressed the need for Nigerians, particularly the Muslim faithful, to go beyond offering animals and meat, but in fostering piety, love, self-discipline, and sacrifice to Allah for the restoration of the nation and relief for the suffering masses. He says the celebration is an opportunity for all to learn essential lessons such as selfless service to God and humanity through sacrifice and righteous conduct, both in their private and public life. And away from Salah celebration, the dividends of democracy and good governance can only be achieved when there is a harmonious working relationship between the executive and legislative arms of government. These are the views of stakeholders in this special report looking at the administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, which has started demonstrating democratic ideals. Muhammad Rabiu Ali reports.
Since the return of civil rule in 1999, the relationship between the executive and the legislature has not been a complete robust one until the second tenure of former President Muhammadu Buhari, when the relationship improved. This, of course, led to the assessment of many bills that are impacting on the lives of Nigerians. The practice of horizontal accountability of power in contemporary Nigeria has always been a major defect of its democratic project.
If there is no cohesion, no integration, no synergy between the executive and the legislators, the so desired achievements in the areas of infrastructure development and other areas of national development will not be fully achieved. But if there is synergy, that is going to give a basis for a strong hold where democracy will take its full course.
The present administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, however, seems to be democratic. In his inaugural address, and I quote, "Our administration shall govern on your behalf, but never rule over you. We shall consult and dialogue, but never dictate. We shall reach out to all, but never put down a single person for holding views contrary to our own." These statements are a clarion call to work hand in hand with the legislature, considering the speedy approval of requests for appointment of special advisors to the president, meeting with members of the National Assembly on leadership crisis, among other good moves, signifying brighter days ahead in legislative business.
Unlike what people used to witness before, because a bill is coming from the executive and you're a member of opposition, you must oppose what they are doing because you are not a member of the ruling party. No! We are here to make laws for the interests of Nigeria and Nigerians.
I'm hoping that we will cooperate with the executives and we will make sure they do what is right. We may to agree and disagree in some certain places.
But what will be the prospects of the 10th Assembly, as there may be some differences and disagreements, especially with the present composition of the lawmakers cutting across party lines?
We are coming to add value and we are coming to make a difference. We are coming to reset the National Assembly for the greater need of the Nigerian people.
This assembly is going to work together. Members are ready to work together. Members will build consensus, and then from this point, they will be able to represent and present laws that will make the executive deliver dividends of democracy.
Whatever the case, political observers believe the prospect seems to be brighter. In Abuja, Muhammad Rabiu Ali, NTA News.
We have a 7th senator representing Imo North Senatorial District, Senator Patrick Ndubeze, in the studio to discuss the expected relationship between the 10th National Assembly and the executive. You're welcome to the studio.
Thank you, my sister.
Yeah, Senator, the 10th Assembly has just been inaugurated. Tell us the nature of the relationship that we should be expecting.
Thank you very much. As per relationship between the Senate and the executive, say the presidency and all the rest of them, will be a very cordial relationship, very, very cordial relationship. If not that thing, for the fact that, though it is too early to judge, but for the fact that we have started seeing the thoughts and thinking of the executive president, Bola Ahmed, Asiwaju of Nigeria. Our president has started doing well. From the first day, his proclamations are in line with the thought of or the majority of the senators we are having today. So that gives us the sign that we'll have a very cordial relationship. Not two ways about it.
The 9th Senate was viewed by some section of Nigerians as being rubber stamp. Would that be the same that Nigerians should expect with the 10th Senate? Because Nigerians tend to view a cordial relationship, legislature, the executive, as being rubber stamp. Is that necessarily what it is?
Well, you have not brought me to judge the 9th Senate.
No.
But
we are not judging the 9th Senate.
Good.
We are talking about what Nigerians should expect
Good.
the 10th Senate.
Good. The 10th Senate will not and will never be rubber stamp. But the 10th Senate will not and will never be antagonistic to the executive. We have separation of power. That is, which entails, constitutionally, the doctrine there is that we should have legislature, executive, and judiciary. And we have the function to oversee and oversight the activities of the executive. Does not mean that we will be antagonistic with them, and does not mean that they will not allow us to do our job.
Thank you so much for coming on the news.
Thank you.
We have been speaking with Senator Patrick Ndubeze, representing Imo North Senatorial District in the 10th National Assembly. Thank you so much.
God bless
we do
you.
hope you come again when next we call.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
God bless you.
The Speaker, House of Representatives, Tajuddin Abbas, says an enhanced living wage for workers is one way of strengthening the fight against corruption in the country. In a statement by his special advisor on media and publicity, Musa Krishi, the Speaker indicates that a review of workers' salary would promote honesty and transparency in public service, as well as accord citizens a sense of justice and fairness. He said for the nation to successfully tackle corruption, an enabling environment is needed for transparent dealings where an average worker should be able to earn enough to fend for family needs. This is NTA Parliament News. Still to come, Correspondence highlights expectations of people from the newly inaugurated state assemblies.
NTA Parliament is a dedicated 24-hour channel that broadcasts the activities of the Nigerian Senate, Federal House of Representatives, and all the 36 state houses of assembly. NTA Parliament, strengthening Nigeria's democracy.
The people of Imo State are yearning for a legislative framework that will improve standard of living in the state. It is their expectations that the 10th State Assembly will provide that legislative intervention. Kingsley Ononiwu has details.
Though members of the 10th Imo State House of Assembly are still basking in the euphoria of the successful inauguration ceremony, but for some well-meaning residents of the state, to whom much is given, much, they say, is expected. Therefore, they are expecting the new state lawmakers to only focus their attentions on people-oriented laws and motions, which will in turn have positive impacts on both the state and the citizenry.
As they come in, we expect that their oversight functions will be paramount. We expect also that making good laws for the state is also there, and of course, quality representation.
As lawmakers, we believe that they will enact laws that will bring development in the states. Having seen what the governor has done in his first term, they will follow suit. They will actually make sure that they do better than those that are going out. That's my expectation.
There should be whatever laws that will give Imo State and Imo lands definitely economy. And also the most laws to help government to enhance his high performance. Made them to rally around the newly elected speaker. Since he's a fresher, they should not rally around him and move the state forward. There should be no rancor, there should be no hatred. In the house like this, if they all come together as the party symbol is, the symbol of APC is broom. When broom is in bunch, you can't break it. But when it is single, it's easy to break. So I want them to come like the symbol of the party. Be one. Come as a group and move the state forward.
So the government of Imo State expects that there will be calmness in the House of Assembly. The House of Assembly will do nothing other than to pursue the establishment and the enactment of good laws for the people of Imo State that will assist the governor in the development of Imo State. The projects that the governor will bring into Imo State, the economic and social programs of the government will be properly articulated and supported by the House of Assembly so that we will have a better development and we will have a new lease of life for Imo people.
The respondents also urged members of the state legislative arm to work in synergy with the executive arm for the common good of the populace. It will be recalled that the 27-member 10th Imo State House of Assembly was inaugurated on Friday, the 16th day of June 2023. In Owerri, Kingsley Ononiwu, NTA News.
In a related development, it has been more than 2 weeks since the inauguration of the 8th Katsina State House of Assembly. Since then, people of the state have continued to voice out their expectations of the 34-member state legislature. Abidu Unisa reports.
These are the members of 8th Katsina State House of Assembly taking an oath of office at an inauguration ceremony held on 13th June 2023. Ever since the inauguration of the assembly, people of Katsina continue to express divergent views on their expectations on the 8th Assembly, which is made up of 34 lawmakers.
My expectations from the 8th Assembly of Katsina State include that they shall focus more attention on their oversight functions. This is because the performance of the last assembly in respect of the oversight functions was actually very poor.
We would like the House of Assembly to set a law that matches the interests, the culture, norms and values with our society, especially in terms of security.
I would like the 8th Katsina State House of Assembly to focus on laws that will guarantee security of lives and property. As a farmer, I can't always go to farm.
They should look at the problem of Katsina State in general, particularly the issues of youth restiveness and unemployment in the state.
This parliament should focus on issues that will tackle insecurity in the state, because without security, nothing works. If there is security, our farmers will go to farm without hindrance. Our students will go to school and study.
Coincidentally, in his acceptance speech, the Speaker, Nasir Yahaya Daura, pledged that the programs of the 8th Assembly will focus on security. The House had proceeded on recess on 14th June after 2 plenary sessions and will resume on 31st July for the continuation of legislative activities. In Katsina, Abidu Yunusa, NTA News.
From Northeast Nigeria, Gombe State House of Assembly has approved the extension of tenure of all the 11 local government caretaker committee chairmen in the state. Abbas Mekano reports.
In a letter of request sent to the House by Governor Muhammadu Ino Yahaya, read by the clerk, Barrister Rukayetu Adamujalo, the executive arm solicits the approval of the House to elongate the tenure of the local government council chairman from June to December 2023. Member representing Yamal East, Adamu Salepata, who moved a motion to that effect, called on his colleagues to consider the request for the reappointment of the caretaker committee chairman. He, however, reminded the House that the legislators and the caretaker committee chairman are on the same page of providing good governance to the electorates. The House also approved the executive request to appoint 30 special advisors for smooth running of government business in the state. In Gombe, Abbas Mekano, NTA News.
The National Assembly Service Commission has approved the appointment of Rollins Emmanuel Agada as acting Deputy Clerk Administration in the House of Representatives. A statement by the Executive Chairman of the Commission, Kadi Ahmed Amshi, explained that the appointment of Rollins Agada, a former Director of Administration in the National Assembly, is in exercise of the powers of the National Assembly Service Commission provided in Section 6, Subsection B of the National Assembly Service Act 2014. The Commission expressed faith in the administrative competence of the new appointee and urged him to uphold the confidence reposed in him in the discharge of his duties. Similarly, Speaker House of Representatives Tajuddin Abbas has appointed 33 senior aides and advisors in his office for effective delivery of the legislative agenda of the 10th House of Representatives. The appointments, which take immediate effect, are contained in a statement by Special Advisor Media and Publicity to the Speaker, Musa Krishi. They include Jamil Ahmed Mohammed as Deputy Chief of Staff Administration to the Speaker, while Dunku Chamberlain is Deputy Chief of Staff to the Speaker on legislative matters. Ahmed Safana is Special Advisor to the Speaker on special duties, while Hamisu Ibrahim Kubau is Special Advisor Political Matters. The Speaker advised all the new appointees to discharge their duties in compliance with the new schedule of duties in the office of the Speaker and with utmost commitment to the implementation of the legislative agenda of the 10th House of Representatives. Meanwhile, the Oyo State Governor Seyi Makinde has transmitted a list of 7 commissioner nominees to the State House of Assembly for approval. Correspondent Oyeyinka Omole reports that the House also reinstated the suspended chairman of Shaki West local government and the vice chairman of Isheyin local government areas.
At the plenary presided over by the Speaker, Adeba Ogundoyin, names of the 7 commissioner nominees were read as contained in the message from the state governor, Seyi Makinde.
The list of commissioner designates include Honorable Akinola Ojo, Honorable Shehu Ashani, Honorable Mrs. Fausat Jokesani, Professor Musiba Babasuni, Honorable Mrs. Tony Badebe, Professor Daoud Chebule, and lastly on the list, Honorable Ademi Adebisi, making the total list of 7 commissioner designates.
The House therefore directed the nominees to submit 50 copies of their credentials and duly signed Code of Conduct Bureau form to the Office of the Clerk. The presentation of recommendations by the ad hoc committee on various allegations of gross misconduct against suspended chairman Shaki West Local Government Sharafaddin Omirinde and Vice Chairman Iseyin Local Government Rahim Ajibola led to their reinstatement. Speaking on that matter of urgent public importance, Dele Adiola, Iseyin Tesiwaju State Constituency calls for the need for the executive to take proactive steps to mitigate persistent increase in cases of kidnappings, killings, and other social vices in the Iseyin community and Oyo State at large. In Ibadan, Oyeyinka Omole, NTA News.
That's the size of our Wednesday bulletin. Do join us again tomorrow, Thursday at 6:30 p.m. for another bulletin. Remember, NTA stands against rape and rapists. You can follow us for news updates on our social media handles showing on your screen. Thanks for watching. I am Vivian Idekwefor. Do have a great evening and Baraka de Sala.